everyone, it's Ailin here, back again for another video. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Ailin and I talk about all things healing through detoxification, herbs, and iridology. So if you like the content that I share, hit the subscribe button and leave this video a like so that I can create more content and it helps to support this channel and my mission and our mission in healing the entire world through detoxification. So yeah guys, I'd like to start off by saying I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. This video might come out on Christmas or New Year's. I don't know exactly when this video will come out, but nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoy the holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Me and myself, I love this season. I love all the lights and I love all the, you know, just the festivities and everyone's just kinder to each other. I just love all that, you know, and watching Christmas movies and things like that. It's just very nostalgic to me and I have like very nice memories associated with Christmas. But yeah, like here in Hawaii, this is my first time spending Christmas in Hawaii. It has a very different feel to it, not gonna lie. It's especially because like we just moved, so we had to leave like our Christmas tree behind and we had to leave like all of our Christmas decorations that we had you know, like gathered and acquired over the years. We had to leave like pretty much almost all of our belongings on the mainland, and we don't know when we'll get it, but hopefully it'll be soon. But we decided to like just keep things very low key, and I still don't have plans for Christmas. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but we got to see like some of the Christmas lights around our neighborhood, and that's always very, very nice. So yeah guys, this is going to be a Q&A video, and as always, if you have any questions for me about any health issues that you'd like me to speak on or help you guys with, then just leave it in the comment section down below. You can also email us. I'll leave that our email down below in the description box as well. Yeah guys, I'm just gonna jump right into the questions and start the video. Okay, so this first question is: Dear Ailin, I hope this email reaches you well. Thank you for all the content you put out there. It has been such a blessing to come across your work. I love how thorough you are in your articles and videos. We can particularly see how passionate you are in the videos, smiley face. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like, you know, articles are a little bit more like technical, but in the videos, you guys, you know, like get to see me in my animated form and in my excitement, and sometimes it's hard to portray that in words because, you know, like the tonality of things, body language, all those things. But yeah, I'm equally passionate about talking about detoxification in the videos as well as in the articles, and sometimes like I get into article writing moods and sometimes I get into video creating mood. So right now I'm like in the video creation mood time of the month. But thank you so much, I really appreciate it guys. I would love to have the opportunity to receive your feedback about my case in one of your YouTube videos. Okay. I was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 12 with about 1 seizure per year. Oh my goodness. Since the age of 12? Oh, you poor thing. You know, I remember one time I went to summer camp and I was about the age of 12. This was way back when. I went to summer camp with my cousins and my sister, and it was like kind of like a day summer camp thing. It was, you know, like you drop your kid off, they get to spend time with kids, with other kids their age, and you know, we took trips, we took day trips, we went to different parts. This was in New York, and I remember there was like this brother and sister. They were a bit older than me. I think they were like age 14, and the sister, I think she might have been like, yeah, like 14 or 15, and it was really shocking to me. The first time that I saw someone experience a seizure was we were all on the school bus and she was in the back of the school bus, and all of a sudden her entire body started to convulse, and you know, her brother already like knew what to do. But yeah, that was my first experience seeing a seizure, and she was foaming from the mouth and her eyes, you know, like her eyes rolled over to the back of her head, and the seizure went on for quite some time. She had a very serious case of seizures. But yeah, I really feel for young children that have to deal with those types of things. And it's really unfortunate because most seizures are caused by, either genetic weaknesses, and oftentimes it just takes like one little trigger to push you off that tipping point to create the disease condition of seizures or epilepsy or convulsions or tremors or even like autism, ADHD, anxiety, all these different types of neurological disorders. Usually it takes the event of like a vaccination and inoculation, some exposure to neurotoxins. That's usually what it takes. Or even like a super stressful event or super traumatic event can send the body into this tipping point, neurologically speaking. So, wow. You got this at a very young age. A hypothesis on how this started was at birth. The right side of my brain got very compressed with forceps, particularly on the right side, which seems to be the epicenter of the seizures. Yeah, like any physical trauma to the head can also cause this because, there's a center in the brain called the equilibrium dizziness region that it encompasses the brainstem, cerebellum, and the sensory motor cortex, and that entire region of the brain controls like muscle movement and controls motor coordination and controls balance and all these different types of things. So if you experience a blow or some sort of physical trauma or even lymphatic stagnation and acidosis in that region of your brain, then it can send your body into these symptoms. Okay, so you said originally from France. Oh, okay, you're from France originally? 8 years ago, I moved to the United States to join my husband and had to receive the flu vaccine for immigration purposes. Okay. So, that type of event, obviously, all vaccinations contain neurotoxins. It has a lot of mercury, a lot of aluminum. All these metals are known neurotoxins to the body. 2 months later, my seizures increased to 1 every 3 weeks and have been of that frequency ever since. Wow, so you went from 1 seizure a year to 1 every 3 weeks. That is insane. And that just goes to show you guys, that's like proof, because time and time again, I hear these stories all the time from parents and their children or from young adults. They always seem to have these worsening of their current symptoms or something brand new altogether after receiving these vaccinations, flu vaccine, or the current vaccine that's going around or what have you. But yeah, wow, that's a lot. So yeah, I agree with your hypothesis. That could have created like some sort of tissue weakness that like right from the get-go, right from birth, could have messed with the neural pathways to the rest of your body, to the rest of your muscles. So yeah, that is a correct hypothesis. And then of course, the neurotoxicity shut down your adrenal glands, shut down your nervous system, creating more acidosis within the body. All types of like heavy metals and neurotoxins, they always suppress the nervous system and the adrenal glands and really the entire glandular system too. So that's it's a story that I've heard time and time again, unfortunately. And if it were up to me, I would ban all vaccines. I would ban all sort of vaccines and or any sort of medications that have just a bad rap, just a bad history, because even though like not every single person that's vaccinated goes into these sort of neurological symptoms, the problem is that medical doctors, they don't account for people's genetic weaknesses or cellular weaknesses. They don't look at your eyes to see if you have adrenal weakness or nerve rings to see if you have a really weak autonomic nervous system. But if you have those signs in your eyes, or if you have any sort of neurological symptoms from the get-go, you're someone that you would not want to take a vaccination. You don't want to put yourself in that risk category, because oftentimes it's those people that run into these sort of health issues. And even like you see it happening more and more with children nowadays, because they're so genetically compromised because their parents and their parents didn't detox, didn't regenerate their adrenals and nervous systems. And I honestly, like, we get so many children as clients, you know, to detox them of all sorts of health issues. You know, we've gotten autistic cases, eczema cases, digestive issue cases, and on and on and on. And not one time have I seen a child that had strong adrenals and a strong nervous system. It just doesn't exist when it comes to children that have any sort of health issues. I haven't seen it. Every single time I've seen chronic adrenals, genetically speaking, and a chronic nervous system with many nerve rings. So children are targeted right from the early years, so it's really unfortunate. But even adults, you know, even adults that are like, if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, or even early 40s, you know, I've even seen like 50-year-olds, chronic adrenal glands, a chronic nervous system. You don't want to expose yourself to these neurotoxins if you can help it, guys. Okay, so you said, I have tried so many things: neurofeedback, acupuncture, magnetism, craniosacral, without much success. Over the years, the seizures have been very slowly getting less intense, but the frequency stays unchanged. Okay, so what you have to realize is that, you know, even though a lot of these therapies are great and beneficial, they are just that, therapies. Think of them as add-ons, not like, oh, this one therapy will be the solution to all my problems. That's kind of like saying, like, oh, massage is going to fix and completely fix the root cause of my chronic pain. That just doesn't happen, you know? It's just enough to maybe get your lymph system moving around, maybe get some of like the nerve energy in your body to move around with things like acupuncture and magnetism, craniosacral, right? They're very beneficial add-ons in a detoxification protocol, so not as a replacement. The true magical healing happens when you incorporate these sort of detox tools along with a very strong herbal protocol for your weaknesses, as seen in your eyes, and the correct diet plan that's going to be astringent and hydrating enough to be able to pull out this lymphatic stagnation out of your body, to remove acidic waste and also environmental toxins or toxins that you've been exposed to, be it, you know, something you put on your skin, or, you know, something that you've been exposed to from the environment, or medications or vaccinations, you know. So not all hope is lost, but you always want to take the strongest approach when it comes to healing your health issues. Because, like, let's say if you keep on trying little things here and there and nothing's working, chances are you just haven't dug deep enough yet. And digging deep involves, you know, I'm not going to say it involves adding more things, not adding more things to your diet. It involves simplifying your diet to the bare bones as much as possible, right? Going through the levels of detoxification by simplifying more and more and more, getting to more of that fruit level and even fasting level. But it involves adding on detox tools and adding on herbal formulas that you may not have tried yet. And that usually is what works to heal the body of seizures and of epilepsy and things like that, okay? But yeah, okay, so I'm glad that it's been getting a little less intense though, you know, so a little less intense, probably, you know, diminishing in the amount of time that you're in that seizure state. But really what I'm sensing here is that you have just a lot of draining to do. A lot of draining to do in your cerebellum, your brainstem, and that motor cortex that we were talking about. So, you know, craniosacral is great, but I would also add on to that, massaging your neural lymphatic massage points, going down your spine. So going from the base of your head, that's where the cerebellum and brainstem is located, right? That's the seizure region of the brain. And you just massage clockwise going down, you know, going down all those trigger points. And if you guys go to my website, I have like an article on like the best detox tool ever, and it shows you a map of those neurolymphatic massage points that you can have someone help you massage those points. In your situation, I would massage them at least a few times a day. It couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt to strengthen your nervous system down your spine, and also to help to drain the acidic waste and the lymphatic congestion that you have up here, right? So I would do that. Okay, you said 6 months ago I started eating all raw, fruits all day with one salad at night. That's really good. It's a great step in the right direction. I have been using herbal formulas to assist in my detox. Endocrine support, thyroid, adrenals, kidneys, brain and nerve, spasm, calm. The seizures had gotten milder. Okay, that's really great. You have like the basic formulas down. Endocrine support for your endocrine glands, great. Thyroid support, great. Adrenals, yes. Kidneys, yes. Brain and nerve, yes. Spasm calm, yes. Spasm calm is fantastic for those that are experiencing anything like tremors or seizures or, you know, convulsions. Or I find that spasm calm is great for a lot of detox symptoms, even for symptoms of pain, of headaches, of menstrual cramps, of anxiety, you know, anything like that to do with pain or nervous system issues. Spasm calm is fantastic at just, you know, calming things down in your body, whether you're detoxifying or not. But especially when you're detoxifying, that's a very handy herbal formula that I always recommend to clients that are in your situation. But I would say, you know, if you're taking it like only like 3 times a day or 2 times a day, I would just increase the frequency, especially when you come up around that time, like, you know, every 3 weeks. Once you start nearing that that time period when your seizures happen, then I would take it more frequently. You can take a dropper full every 2 to 3 hours if you have to. That will just help to strengthen your nervous system and to help calm down, you know, to help adjust the body into, okay, it's healing mode, you know. It can reset that sort of time frame that it has for you. So don't be afraid to just take more of the spasm calm formula. Okay, so the seizures had gotten milder, but I'm still experiencing them every 3 weeks, which makes my morale really goes up and down, and I keep doubting myself. Oh yeah, you know, that's what happens is when you go on this healing journey. Some people heal rather quickly, you know. Some people that have strong constitutions, if they don't have too many weaknesses, if they don't have like too much lymphatic stagnation, then you know, we're able to heal them up pretty quickly. But if you're dealing with let's say chronic lymphatic stagnation or many chronic weaknesses, your healing journey can kind of be up and down, and that was the case for me when I was healing from my chronic illnesses and fibromyalgia several years ago, you know, before I got into detoxification and healing, you know, clients. That was my journey. And you know, I would keep a diary, I would keep a journal, like sort of tracking my detox symptoms and how I felt day to day, or at least week to week. And I noticed it went up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is when trust in the process, trust in the detox process is very key. Making sure that you have the foundations of detoxification like very set in your mind, you know, because doubt only enters if you do have some sort of insecurities about detoxification, or insecurities about, oh, maybe I can't heal, maybe I'm that one case that can't heal, you know. So often clients, like when they come to me, they often think that way. They often think that they are like the only exception, they are the one person that won't be able to heal this way. And everyone thinks that way. Like you're not alone when it comes to like that sort of thinking that can creep up on you, okay? I was there, and thousands of people get into that headspace. But, you know, you already saw progress from when you changed your raw diet, like to the raw diet and then adding the herbs 6 months ago, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. Be patient, because like I always say, time is going to go by anyways. And you don't want to quit before like you can be like right there, like chipping away at this lymphatic stagnation, and you could be like right there at that point to where you just go a little bit longer, like a few more weeks, and you could have like healed, right? So you don't want to quit before you reach those gems of detoxification, of detoxing your body, okay? So yeah, keep on going, and I would just say, like, come back to that space where you know that this is the right path for you, and just look back at all the progress you've made, because oftentimes we tend to forget where we came from before we detoxed our bodies, before we started this journey, because in reality, you know, like 6 months ago, or even before that, you probably had a lot of other health issues and other symptoms that right now have gotten really like a lot better, or they've disappeared. So just remind yourself of that, and then you'll see how much progress you have made. And you know, it sounds to me like you've like kind of reached a plateau, so I'm going to help you to dig deeper. That way you come off of that plateau, because detox is not about, okay, you follow this one diet and this one herbal protocol for the rest of your healing journey. No, as to change and evolve, the more you clean out your body, because we're really trying to reach those neurotoxins that are really embedded in there. You know, these neurotoxins, especially if you have a chronic lymph system, these neurotoxins can be buried deep within, and it can take a more a deeper detoxification approach and protocol to be able to finally reach them and release them from your nervous system and from your brain, okay? So yeah, and speaking about the brain, detoxification helps to regenerate all tissue in the body. So if you have a degeneration from you know, when you were handled with the forceps, if you have degenerative tissue up there, or if you have acidosis due to that physical trauma, you're also going to be working at pulling that out and regenerating that tissue as well, okay? So, okay, and then you said, so I hope that helped you, but it's really all about psychology. So if you really want something, you know, there's nothing that's going to stop you from going to go get that thing, and that includes your health, all right? So remind yourself of why you want to do this. Remind yourself that you've been through a lot already in your life, and you're a strong person, and you're still here. You've survived, okay? So this is just one more small hurdle. And you know, your life is going to be full of hurdles, but it's like every time you overcome it, it builds character, builds strength, it builds empathy, it builds knowledge and experience and wisdom, okay? So that's what we're all here for, you know? And I know you can make it through this, and I know you can heal. So you said, one thing I know is that my kidneys are filtering, or at least one of them is, but I have not experienced any cold and flu-like symptoms. Okay, so that's great that you are seeing kidney filtration. If it comes and goes, don't be too worried about it, okay? Now, what I want you to focus on, since your kidneys are filtering, is I want you to focus on just increasing the amount of lymphatic herbs. I don't think you said that you're taking any lymphatic formulas. No, you said you're taking endocrine, thyroid, adrenal, kidney, brain and nerve spasm calm. So since you're taking kidney formula and your kidneys are filtering, you should include a lymphatic formula there. So don't be too afraid of the lymphatic formula. You can take a lymphatic tincture. You can take a lymphatic capsules. That's often very important, because, you know, the seat of that stomach, the seat of that abdominal region, that's the epicenter of the nerve ganglia. So oftentimes when we take in these neurotoxins, whether it be from vaccines or medications or the air we breathe in, the water we drink, you know, it likes to lodge itself and hook itself onto that nerve ganglia and stomach. So what the lymphatic capsules do is that they go in and they start pulling on this lymphatic system. And since it's a capsule form, it goes through your digestive tract, and it's able to reach and pull those neurotoxins that get embedded in there, okay? So I would really focus on those lymphatic capsules and lymphatic tincture. If you have any like swelling lymph nodes or lymph node stagnation, then you can take lymph node 1, but I would advise, you know, at the very least start with those 2 lymphatic formulas, and you can start off slow. Start off with 1 capsule a day, start off with half a dropper full once a day of the tincture, and see how you feel. Okay, that could also be what takes you into that cold and flu-like symptom, right? Also, you're still eating salads in the evening, so this is like where I like to say, if you feel like you've plateaued and not getting any better, if you're ready, if you feel like emotionally ready for it, you can eliminate that salad and just do fruit all throughout the day, and fruit for dinner. Because sometimes the greens, sometimes the salads can hold us back when you're already 6 months into detox, right? So experiment and see what removing that salad will do for you. When you flood the body with 100% fruits, and remember, fruits are neurological foods. Fruits and berries and melons, they are the foods that are powerful enough to regenerate the nervous system, the brain and nervous system. And fruits are self-cleansing. They also even remove neurotoxicity. So combine that, and just know that you always have salads to fall back on if you need to. This is not about like being very militant and strict and saying, oh, you can't detox, you can't heal if you're eating salads or avocados or bananas or stuff like that, right? You can still heal, and you can always have those foods when you need them, all right? But when you feel like you don't really need them, that's the time when you want to dig deeper and take advantage of, you know, your body wanting to cleanse more and simplify your diet more. So I would go that route, just to inspire cold and flu-like symptoms. Like you were saying, you're missing cold and flu-like symptoms would be great in order to start relieving this upper head region of this stagnation that could be causing you your seizures, and also to heal the brain area too. So yeah, go into 100% fruits and add those lymphatic formulas would be very key. Now, it seems like you have like the basic formulas down, but there are some other formulas that I would add. You know, I would add the Chem Metal Detox Tincture that has like parsley and cilantro and really like these herbs that are great for removing neurotoxins, chemicals, and heavy metals. So I would add that to your protocol. I would also add a strong adrenal formula. It says right here you're taking adrenal tincture or like an adrenal herbal formula, but if you have like some sort of like chronic or genetic adrenal weakness, which, you know, 9 times out of 10 people always do, then I would consider taking an adrenal glandular, especially since you're in such a chronic state of health. You know, seizures are no joke. They often require a glandular approach. So this is so important because the adrenal glands feed the nervous system, because the adrenal glands produce neurotransmitters that flow through the nervous system and communicate with all these different areas of our bodies. So adrenal glandular would be of utmost importance. I would also take a parathyroid formula. Just like the adrenal gland formula is necessary to rebuild the nervous system, a parathyroid formula is just as important to help you to utilize calcium. Calcium is just a very important channel when it comes to healing and communicating in the neural pathways. So yeah, if you have a parathyroid gland weakness, that is. And something else that's just as important, since you're taking the brain and nerve formula, put upper circulation in with that too, okay? Because sometimes it could be just this lack of circulation making its way up into this brain tissue that is preventing you from fully regenerating that tissue. So the brain and nerve herbs plus the circulation formula, I would do both and couple both. The circulation formula just makes the brain and nerve formula work that much stronger. So definitely add that to your protocol. Another thing would be Parasite M and Parasite G. If you haven't yet dewormed yourself, I would take those formulas because you want to get rid of like any sort of fungus that you may have in your body, or even parasites that you have in your body. Parasites can travel all over the place, all over your body, and suppress a lot of the functions of your body. You can prevent cells and tissues and organs and glands from getting the nutrition that they require. It can also haywire your nervous system. So I have seen this. I've seen people, after they deworm themselves, many of their symptoms go away. But because they didn't deworm themselves sooner, their symptoms lingered. So definitely add those formulas to your protocol. And then lastly, something that I did not see in your herb repertoire was just the GI Renew formula, some bowel formulas. The GI Broom would be very, very good. It's such a strong puller. Those are strong pullers, GI Renew and GI Broom. And remember, to drain the head, you have to clean the colon. And you have to make sure that you're going to the bathroom 3 to 4 times a day during detox. I'd say 3 to 4 times a day is good. Not only do you have to poop after every meal that you have, but you also have to poop out the years of accumulated junk that you're kind of like sort of catching up on, because many people, you know, before detox, maybe they go to the bathroom once a day. Sometimes people only go to the bathroom twice a day. Sometimes people have it really bad to where they're only going to the bathroom 3 times a week, right? 3 to 4 times a day is key for a healthy body. So you can spend months and months eliminating pounds and pounds of old hardened fecal matter in your colon. And that stuff travels all the way up here, creating brain fog and creating so many upper head issues. So really focus on cleaning out your colon. And like we said, the nerve ganglia sits right there. That's the seat of the autonomic nervous system, and that's where you have your weaknesses. So, let's see what else you said. I'm including my recent eye photos for your review. Okay, yeah, I got them in your email. What would your feedback be on my condition? Can I pretend, or can I expect to have permanent healing? Is there something I am doing wrong? Thank you again so much for sharing your wisdom and helping people throughout the world. Your response would mean a lot to me. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming forward with, you know, with this case and sharing your experiences, because this also helps out a lot of other people that are tuning in and watching this channel. A lot of people have neurological disorders, so like, thank you, you know, thank you for being brave, and also for wanting more for yourself, knowing that there is more and that you can live an expansive life by, you know, just stepping up to the plate and just healing these health issues that you have, because you already know that there's no healing in the medical system. The medical system actually gave you these symptoms, right? So it's really unfortunate. And like I said, guys, I'm trying to like move more and more into like my heart space each day. And I want to like just not add so much to like this division that everyone is experiencing right now. We're all like becoming divided as a human race. Like, oh, you know, I'm on this side, and you know, the people I'm against are on this other side, and there's just so much separation. So even though like this medical community has put you into this situation, you know, it's your job, your responsibility to heal your heart, you know, heal the animosity, the hatred, the regret, the you know, the blame on yourself, on other people. Just work on healing that, release it, you know, because everything happens for a reason. And slowly but surely we're making waves in this world with educating people. Okay, so yeah, I have your photos right here, so I'll look at them real quick and let you know what I see. So what I see is a lot of chronic lymphatic stagnation. That's exactly what we were talking about. So your eyes are brown, but they look very orange, very orange. So I suspect a lot of sulfur from antibiotics or medications in the past, or maybe even genetically. You may have inherited from your parents. But I also see a lot of nerve rings. But here's the thing, is that there's so much chronic lymph. It's so cloudy and murky in your iris that it can be hard to even see these nerve rings, but I can count them. Let me see, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting like 4 or 5, and that is a chronic autonomic nervous system that you're experiencing. The nerve rings in the eyes represent breaking down of the myelin sheaths. So you really want to rebuild those myelin sheaths to rebuild your neural pathways. So yeah, taking brain and nerve formula is very key for you. Something else that I see is so many bowel pockets. You have a lot of like bowel pockets or diverticulum in your colon, like right around your pupil. Another thing is that your pupil is very enlarged, so you definitely have a central nervous system weakness. You know, it should be smaller with the light, especially shining right on it. And you also have a bit of a malabsorption ring too, so trouble absorbing your nutrition from your foods. So what you really have to focus on is your elimination. You know, you also have a skin ring too. A lot of skin congestion I'm seeing here. I also see a little bit of skin weaknesses there. So if you're not careful in the future, if you haven't already experienced it, you can be prone to having skin issues as well. You know, like acne, eczema, psoriasis, hives, anything like that, right? And I'm also seeing a lot of red capillaries on the whites of your eyes and the sclera. So this is indicating to me that you're either constantly being exposed to some sort of trigger, whether that's from food or your environment or stress. There's just something that's triggering you that's showing all this inflammation in the whites of your eyes, or it could just be that it's been there for such a long time that it's pointing to severe acidosis and high inflammation in your body. So when you're actually reaching these areas and eliminating these acids, the whites of your eyes should be getting whiter and whiter and clearer. Okay, so you're not reaching that yet. And I see a lot of that acidosis pointing to these regions. It's your left ovary, your reproductive system, your left breast, thorax, chest wall, lungs. You really have to watch out for those areas. They're highly inflamed. And also your throat area and your thyroid region. So the thyroid, there's red capillaries there, a lot of inflammation. You have a chronic thyroid weakness, which makes sense that you're taking the thyroid formula. You have a trachea weakness, like the throat area, so you could have like a sore throat as a detox symptom, or you could like lose your voice or like be coughing up mucus during your detox. You also have a lot of congestion in that lower spine. The sacral spine is highly congested, chronically so. And you have a bit of a weakness in the thoracic region, which makes sense because it seems to me like the nerves in the thoracic spine are having trouble communicating with this chest wall, which is why you have so much stagnation in your lower lung and your chest wall and your breast area. So, you know, get some chiropractic adjustments. They could be very useful to you. And remember, the neurolymphatic massage points along the spine. You have a lot of chronic lymph in like your rectal wall and anus and like that whole region. So I would definitely make sure that you are having consistent bowel movements daily, because that can even trip your body into detox symptoms that it doesn't have to experience. You know, so not all detox symptoms are beneficial or even necessary. Okay. Left leg weakness, knee and foot, you have those chronically so. You have a left kidney weakness too, really bad, big time congestion and weakness. You have a little bit of a weakness in the abdominal wall region, so you have to watch out for like your stomach. You can get like stomach lesions and stomach ulcerations. You can get things like hernias since you have like this abdominal wall weakness. So you have to address your parathyroid gland. In this case, I see a little bit of a weakness in your parathyroid gland. So up the calcium utilization and strengthen your parathyroid gland. You have a lot of cholesterol plaquing. This is preventing you from getting proper blood flow and nutrition to your cells so that they can heal. So you really need to address your adrenal glands to help correct the root cause of this cholesterol plaquing, because since your body is so inflamed, it's plaquing cholesterol left and right in order to try and buffer these acids. But with that comes the hardening of the arteries, the narrowing of the arteries, poor blood flow, you know, up to the brain, up to everywhere in your body. I'm seeing this cholesterol plaquing. And in the upper head region, I see the poor circulation, like that blue hue already coming through. So upper circulation, like we said before, is going to be very beneficial to you. You have a pineal gland weakness, which, you know, it could be causing you insomnia. or insomnia during detox. So I would address that. And then lo and behold, I see just so much sinus congestion. You have a lot of sinus congestion. So do like incorporate all the detox tools that you possibly can to, you know, drain the sinuses and get cold and flu-like symptoms running. So you could even do like some essential oils. I would diffuse some essential oils that just help calm the nervous system, like lavender oil and even like eucalyptus oil to help to drain the sinuses, or peppermint oil, things like that. You know, you could definitely apply those. And this is like sort of an aggressive detox approach sometimes, can be, but doing hot and cold packs in the back of the head, not the neck, so the back of the head, can be beneficial in helping you to decongest and break up this lymph. As well as castor oil packs, you can try that too, putting that in the back of the head, although it can get kind of messy with your hair, right? So I would incorporate those detox tools. And that right there was just your left eye, okay? So left eye, your right eye shows a lot of similar things, so I'll go through that real quick. Right leg weakness, right kidney weakness, you really have to address those kidneys and adrenal glands. You have a right ovarian weakness and pelvis weakness. Liver, gallbladder, those are chronically weak, so be sure to take liver gallbladder formula for a few months, because that really helps with the refurbishing of your red blood cells. You know, it helps to get rid of like any weakened red blood cells, so that's going to be very beneficial to the circulation of your body. Bronchial weakness, so bronchioles are very important for breathing. Pituitary gland weakness, pineal gland weakness, again. You have hypothalamus gland weakness, cerebellum weakness and congestion, so that's the brainstem, the motor cortex, that's the seizure region. You have to work on draining that out. And you have some sort of drug deposit, interestingly, in your upper jaw, nose, mouth, tongue region, so like right here, you have some sort of drug deposit. It's not possible to say what type of chemical or drug deposit is, because there's like millions that exist in nature, but just know that it seems to be impairing the cells in that region. Again, trachea weakness, little bit of thyroid weakness on the right side, big lumbar spine weakness, huge lumbar spine weakness. So, you know, like all these weaknesses that I'm mentioning, expect to feel them as detox symptoms while you're detoxing yourself, okay? But that's the beauty of detox, is you can control detox. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to. I recommend doing detox comfortably. Don't push yourself too hard to the limit to where you're like on the floor dying, you know? That's not necessary. You have to really learn how to read your body and see what it is that you can handle. Not what someone else did or what someone else can handle. What you can handle based on your weaknesses and the state of health of your body, okay? Because detox is not a race, okay? If you make it a race, you can hurt yourself. You can take yourself back many steps backwards, okay? So you just want to do things intelligently, do detox with guidance. I definitely recommend working with me one-on-one, working with me, because, you know, I have your entire case. I can see your entire healing journey right here, right before my eyes, you know, just by looking at your eyes and just from the little bit that you already shared. I can see what your journey will look like and what it will take to get from where you are now to where you want to be, to being fully, completely healed from this. And it's possible. I've seen it time and time again, you know? So, yeah, I think that's it, because it's more of the same on this right eye, but you know, you can do this. I believe in you, all right? I'm not going to say your name just, you know, to respect you. Even though you gave me your name, I never like to mention names in these videos, but you know who you are, okay? So, yeah, you said all the best to you and your team and have a great Thanksgiving. Oh, so this was like from a few weeks ago. So you sent this in like about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, thank you for your patience. You know, I just started making the YouTube videos again. And thank you so much, guys, for sending in your questions, because it really inspires me to make these educational videos for you. Just to help all of us, you know, rise up in the consciousness of this planet, because, you know, and I see it and I feel it. Like, it's so exciting, because with as much negativity and darkness that we've been faced with these past like 2 years now, I've seen so much light like flood in, you know, to balance out the negativity. So just keep up the good work, guys. And I'm really proud of all of us. And I know now more than ever, so many people are taking charge of their health, healing themselves physically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I see all of you out there, you know. I recognize that, and I have to give props to all of you, you know, and myself too. Pat on the back. Good job, Ailin, you know. We have to like congratulate ourselves every once in a while, and you know, and even if you feel like you haven't been doing a lot of, you know, self-care work, even resting and doing nothing is self-care and self-love work, okay? Sometimes you just need to relax and know that you are healing in the background. So again, we just talk about like this returning of trust, return of trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance system, and just doing the best you can, you know. You don't have to be super hard on yourself all the time. But when you feel that strength returning in your body, then always give it your best foot forward, okay? So yeah, thank you so much for this beautiful you know, question, this beautiful case of your health that you sent to me. I really hope I was able to help you out, but just remember, you know, like I said, diet on point, detox tools on point, herbal protocol needs to be on point, okay? And move forward. Dive into detox as much as you have been, you know, give it your all, give it your best effort, all right? And for those of you out there that are wondering how you can heal your health issues, you definitely can. And if you're experiencing any chronic health issues or any sort of symptoms that you want to get rid of, then I advise you guys to work with me one-on-one. You know, if you go to our website at www.spiritualhealing.com, we have many detox packages that are designed to be personalized for you to help address your exact health issues, because we look at your weaknesses in your body. We analyze your symptoms, your case, your health history, your genetic family history, your eyes through Iridology, through an Iridology reading, and we learn even more in our consultations together. So we're able to create the best healing protocol in the entire world for you. Something that has been designed specifically for you and evolves as you heal, evolves as you're on your healing journey, okay? So yeah, that beautiful package is the Master Your Health package on our website. That's the package I recommend. It brings all those necessary elements in order for you to heal your body. And if you want even more support beyond that, we have the VIP support package. That package gets booked rather quickly. So if you're really interested in it, reach out to us, or you can like book it straight away on our website. So we have a few openings this next coming month for the VIP support package. And I really recommend that package for people that are like in very like severe health issues or severe illnesses. That package is perfect. It brings a lot of guidance with it that's really necessary to heal your health issues. And yeah, and you know, we also have follow-ups too. You guys can follow up with us. Those of you that are our clients now know that follow-ups are very essential every 2 months, because that's when we update your herbal protocols and your diet plan. And this is how you heal, you know? The guidance is necessary. The evolving during the healing journey of your protocol is necessary. Otherwise, you'll plateau like we saw in this case. So very necessary, guys. But yeah, I'll leave you at that. And like I said before, happy holidays to everyone out there. And I see you guys. You're doing great. And if no one else tells you, you're doing amazing. Okay? Love you. Bye.